Would you ever join a ritual knowing it only needs one person to die before it's complete? Well, come closer. No, don't sit so far back. You'll want to hear this one. Some stories warn you, others mark you. This one, it does both. So light a candle, lean in, and don't break the circle. Because tonight, we're going into the ash grove. And once we start, there's no turning back. It started as a dare. Four college students, Maya, Theo, Jordan, and Elise. They spent spring break in rural Louisiana, staying at Maya's grandmother's abandoned farmhouse. On their second night, Elise found something strange in the attic, a leather bound book. It wasn't a Bible, it looked old enough to be one. The pages were brittle, stained with something darker than age. Across the front was a single word: Somnus, Latin for sleep. Theo laughed. A ritual book. Perfect. But the deeper they read, the less funny it became. The passages weren't prayers, they were instructions for summoning and binding. And in the back, tucked between pages, was a folded sheet of paper. In cramped handwriting: never finish the chant, never close the circle. At midnight, the four of them dragged chairs out to the yard. They lit candles in a circle, just as the book instructed. The farmhouse woods pressed against them, tall oaks shivering in the wind. Jordan read first, his voice shaky but bold. We invite what sleeps beneath to walk among us. The words sounded heavy, unnatural in his mouth. The air shifted. The candles bent, though there was no breeze. They laughed nervously. But then Elise swore she heard footsteps in the brush. Theo grinned. Let's keep going. What's the worst that could happen? So they read the next line, then the next. The woods grew quiet. No crickets, no wind, no sound, but the chant pulling itself forward as if the words wanted to be spoken. And when they finished the final line, the earth beneath them thumped once, like something large had knocked from below. The circle of candles flared. The shadows of the trees stretched unnaturally long, bending inward. Then they noticed the farmhouse windows, though dark, now glowed faintly, as if lit from the inside. But no lights were on. Elise whispered, Guys, did you hear that? It was faint, a voice not outside the circle, but inside, low, close, whispering in a language that none of them knew. Jordan grabbed the book. His hands shook. Okay, I'm done. This is too much. But when he tried to step out of the circle, the flame nearest him roared high, blocking his path. The wax hissed and spat. Maya looked down. The ground at her feet was wet. She thought it was the dew until the smell hit her. Metallic, thick, the soil was seeping blood. The book flipped on its own, pages whipped until they landed on a single passage. A drawing, four human figures standing in a circle. Beneath the text read, The gate demands four. One shall remain, three shall serve. Theo cursed, This is bullshit. But his words cut off when Elise gasped. Behind him, something was standing in the circle. Not a neighbor, not a friend. Its body was wrong, too jointed, too sharp, limbs bent out of place the way limbs shouldn't, jerking like a marionette when its strings are tangled. Its skin looked stretched, straining over shapes that shifted beneath it, as though something else was moving inside. Where a face should have been was only a wet, twitching grin carved ear to ear, filled with teeth that seemed too many and too small, like shards of glass grinding together. The sound it made wasn't a growl or breath, but the dry rattle of bones clinking together in its chest, echoing louder with every step it took forward. Theo, no one saw it arrive. It was just there. The candles snapped out. Darkness swallowed them, and then screaming. When the sun rose, the farmhouse yard was empty. No candles, no chairs, just the book, lying open in the grass. The page read different now. Fresh ink, jagged, the gate is open. The ash grove remembers. 3 weeks later, the sheriff found the house unlocked. In the attic, scrawled on the walls in charcoal, don't finish the chant. Don't close the circle. And in the woods nearby, carved in the bark of 4 oak trees, were names: Mayo, Theo, Jordan, Elise. No bodies were found, but sometimes at night, hikers say you walk near the ash grove, you'll hear chanting. Not loud, just faint, as if something is still trying to finish. And if you stop and listen too long, the circle begins to form at your feet. That's the thing about rituals. They don't need you to believe in them. They just need you to finish the chant. Because in the ash grove, something always answers when called. This is Madame Fair, and you'll hear from me again. Until then, sweet dreams, if you dare.